we're going to get into the next episode,
Is this
which
what
is also a filler episode, and my goodness, this was the '90s. I know
I'm gonna,
this.
I'm gonna take a few breaths for this one because I think I know what's coming.
Walk on the Wild Side is the team female episode for almost every '90s show that had a group of characters that usually at the time when they had more than just one or two female in the group.
It's the girl power
You
episode. Yeah, yeah. The
pretty
girl.
much.
There's always that one girl power episode. As far as girl power episodes, this is definitely not the worst. Yet
No, it's not.
in the context of this show, it makes little sense.
It has no place to be here,
No.
and it really degrades the guy characters in this episode badly. Like Scott,
this episode actually probably would be X-Men today. By the way,
yeah, it would be, and
this would be X-Men today, and this would probably be the pilot episode.
yeah, it would have been because I did make mention that I kind of hit Cyclops and Joyride, but I really hated Cyclops in this episode because this episode happened because he started it of all people.
Yeah.
Like I said, the same thing what I said about the Forge episode. This could have been triggered either from it would have been Evan to do that.
I would have even said Bobby. Bobby would have even made more sense.
Yep, Bobby. Yeah, Iceman.
Yeah, Iceman makes more sense because he's got a big mouth.
Yeah, like had Evan been in this episode, it would have made sense because because Evan's impulsive and he say some very off kilter stuff sometimes too, or it would have been better suited if Iceman was the one that triggered it. But no, it was Cyclops.
Yeah,
acting the most.
And even Jean acts out of character.
Yes.
The most responsible one of the most responsible ones of the X-Men.
Like just having a big beef with Scott, and Scott acting like this very pompous
butthead.
Yeah, there we go.
He's basically a butthead.
Yeah, he's being a butthead, and even with Jean trying to push Amara to, get them out of the situation. I'm like, so here's the thing. The setup is that they're in this little ditch thing, right? It hinges on Amara controlling the heat around her, like magma, to lift them up in the air. I guess being an earthbender, or I think something was about to capsize on. Yeah, it was about to capsize on them, right?
Yeah.
A boulder.
Yeah, she had to superheat the boulder. She had to superheat the boulder to complete the walkway.
Yeah, and like I said, Cyclops is there to make sure that they don't get hurt. That's his role, because training could somebody can get injured in training. Cyclops took it upon himself to break the boulder. The conflict is the fact that Cyclops made a grandstand statement, and Jean took offense to that.
Yeah.
I'm like, bruh. I'm gonna get on Scott about what he said, but like Jean, seriously, did you not forget that he's there to make sure you guys don't get hurt?
And it's not that Duncan Matthews hasn't made stupid comments like that either.
Yeah,
And what did she
I'm
do?
thinking like,
She took those comments in stride.
yeah, and I will give her this. Like sometimes it can be overbearing, and sometimes you can really
Yeah, and
at some
yeah,
point
yeah.
it really
I hear what you're saying. Yeah, it gets to a point
yeah
where you just take it.
yeah you got plant your feet. In other words, this is not the case.
And we got that. Yeah, and that exactly the fact that you said you got to plant your feet. We actually got that in the episode of Fun and Games when Scott
Right.
is saying he's walking down the hill and saying, "Are you coming, Gene?" And Gene says, "Hey, wait up!" and then pulls him back with telekinesis.
Yeah.
That scene was great.
Yeah, she already had that moment, and now we're visiting here in Walk on the Wild Side, where the women feel like they're being unappreciated. I'm like, so let me get this straight.
Yeah. So what happened to all the other previous episodes?
So let's go through a laundry list here. Growing pains. Rogue is the only one to get close enough to Jean to weaken her a bit, so that Xavier can go and help her mind out.
Yeah.
Power surge. Jean restrains Beast so that Evan can get through to him with the help of Xavier.
Power surge is for Rogue. How she helps with Beast of Bayville is with
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm mixing them up. I'm going through a list.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Bada bing, bada boom. All the girls are like they are participating to help out Tabitha along with the guys.
Mm-hmm.
Fun and games. They all made out there with at the skin of their teeth. Adrift. Jean was there to help Cyclops and Alex, if I recall correctly.
Mm-hmm. And Storm is holding back a tide.
Exactly. On Angel's Wings, Rogue was there with Cyclops to fight off Magneto. African Storm.
She took him on alone, by the way.
Huh?
She took him on alone, by the way. He goes flying off to retreat, and she goes after him. Now, granted, he outsmarts her, but still.
African Storm. Yes, Wolverine was the first to walk in, but Kitty runs in there to check on Storm as well.
Mm-hmm.
And the women participate in that fight as well, alongside with the dudes.
Mm-hmm.
Joyride. Kitty saves everybody on the Black Bird.
Yep.
Least favorite episode, but make no mistake, Kitty's moment was there in that episode.
And boy, was that a moment. It's still one of my favorite moments, despite the fact that the episode itself is lackluster.
Exactly. So, why do you guys feel underappreciated?
I don't know.
The only good thing that came out of this was that it was nice to see them work as their all-female team, but we did not need this message of girl power.
Well, yeah, it was also really interesting because this is the first team. This is a highlight, and I will give it a highlight. This is the first ever team that consisted of 3 different teammates. It's a combination of 3 different teams: the Brotherhood, the New Mutants, and the X-Men.
Yep. Okay. So let's run down who's in this group. You have Jean, Amara, Tabitha, Rogue, and Kitty.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently this started when Amara and Tabitha, I think, goes after these crooks.
Yep.
And that's where Jean. Oh, we get a moment where Jean, I think Jean hijacks Scott's car.
Yep.
Or Duncan's car. And oh yeah. She hijacks Scott's car, and Duncan looks at her. He looks at him and he says, "Good thing she took your ride."
Yeah, that was funny. I didn't think that was funny because Jean just lets lets loose on Scott and Duncan, then grabs Scott's keys and run off. And both of them are like going, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, no, I've never seen her that angry before. And Duncan's like,
so yeah,
I'm glad she took your car.
In the hands of a bear right, that could have been the biggest highlight that we. I would say that's the highlight I like about that episode. But like everything else is just. Oh, okay. I'll say this. Everything else where the girls are taking action and stuff, that's something I like.
Mm-hmm.
Another highlight, the music video, as we called it in the green room, the music video or your song, the whole song thing. It's like a whole. It's almost like its own show at this point.
Yeah, and it kind of took me back to the back when MTV was MTV.
Yeah, MTV was MTV, where it's nothing but music videos and music, and
mm-hmm.
It almost came off like a Sailor Moon episode.
It was great animation.
Did you ever? Yeah, that's kind of sad that animation was kind of wasted on this one. on the dances, yes, of course, yeah, you got the dances. You know what? I think I could watch that sequence over and over. I just can't stand this episode because of the message it's portraying the girls in. Because we like the girls in the series.
Yeah,
we like the girl. Like,
but in this context, I'm not happy with what I'm seeing because it feels very contrived and artificial, and feels like it was just made because the writers were obligated to make it.
Yeah, and like I said,
yeah,
it also come off as it felt like Sailor Moon because they're called the Bayville Sirens in this episode.
Yeah,
because they're going around doing vigilante work now that they stop some villains, and apparently coincidentally the villains that they captured with the help of Gene in the beginning of the episode are linked to a chop shop operation.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, every crook that they've been messing with up until this point is a member of that chop shop.
Yeah.
So another contrived thing going on in this episode. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this is so dumb.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the only thing that's another saving grace, their outfits. I like their outfits.
Oh, the designs were awesome.
This is where I was like, bruh, somebody's showing off in the character design on this one. Because I will say this, I think my top favorite designs out all of them is Rogue, Jean, and maybe Amara. Tabitha, she's decent. I never really I gotta say, and we're gonna talk about this in the Homecoming episode, which is also another least favorite of mine. But there's the same grace in that episode too. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like I said, I never dig some of the styles Tabitha would partake in, because it's like they were going all their way to make her look ugly, but she's still hot. But at the same time, she's still ugly.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling I'm feeling conflicted here with Tabitha's choice of attire.
It's the person who's got the pretty face and the pretty look, but just wears the gaudy clothing.
Yeah, and it's no different in her siren outfit. I'm like, bruh, what y'all do with y'all? What are y'all doing with her hair, bruh? Like, okay, her outfit is fine. It's just I can't take her hair serious. It's knowing how her hair is designed in this series. It's in pigtails. The weirdest looking pigtails I've ever seen. I'm like, why would you design her hair like that? Why couldn't it be a comb over like Rogue's design at least, or something? I'm like, bruh, why is she?
But like I said, it's the music video is really the saving grace of this episode. Everything else is just bad.
For one, it goes on longer than it needs to, but it's fine. It's I don't mind watching girls having fun.
I wouldn't even mind if the entire episode was that John Norman's music video. Yeah, I'm saying it. I'll take an entire musical episode than
Yeah,
that very contrived artificial girl power episode. I mean, that is
that's
definitely a carryover from the 90s.
that's basically what it should have been. It should have been Gene having some girl time with the girls.
Yeah.
That's all. Keep it simple, stupid. Is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need no force. Men are being overbearing and the women are being unappreciated. I'm like, no, just give me an episode where they're having fun. You know, they get an idea that they're going to be some vigilantes for a while. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and Mystique bails them out at the end of this episode. Of course, you also got the scene where Cyclops corrects her mistake here and there, because they do lock up the lead villain of this episode in a car. Boom Boom takes it too far, which it's a nice sequence, you know. But she goes, we
Itself was a good sequence.
yeah, and I'm like, okay, yeah, we can all agree she did went overboard, and she even does a shrug when I think it's Jean and maybe Amara that gives her that look, like
Yeah.
bruh. They give her that bruh look, and she's like, it's like here's the moment.
Okay, now
What's that?
suddenly maturity comes in. Where was this throughout the whole episode?
Exactly. I will say this: the one saving grace. There's one saving grace. One, you say, Wolf Tan. Yes, one saving grace. Jean acknowledges that she did the stuff that she did in the beginning was uncalled for,
Mm-hmm.
and Cyclops Scott also apologizes too. So both sides are in the wrong, and both sides apologize. And I'm like, you know what? Despite the craziness in the beginning, the kind of cool saving graces in the middle.
What? You know what? Okay, I will relent, and I'll actually agree with you that the lesson is addressed and acknowledged.
Yeah, wherever that message was, I still not seeing it, but at least she apologized. I'm like, if she would have walked out of that dining room and not apologized, I would have been fuming.
Mm-hmm.
Fuming, especially when Boom Boom almost got them killed.
Yep.
And Mystique had to bail him out, which they didn't know it was Mystique. Mystique was disguised as a lady cop.
Yep.
Which is funny. Which is kind of
Renee Montoya.
Yeah. I also like that Mystique did not do that whole feminist girl power message too.
Yeah.
She actually scolded them and she actually let them go. It's like, you know what, I'm gonna let you guys go, but after this, stop doing what you're doing. Somebody could get really hurt for real this time. So it's not like no. Oh, it's nice to see that their ladies work around doing a good job here and there. I'm like, ooh, that dude, my blood would have boiled, because that would have been completely out of character of Mystique too. But that's our rant for on Walk on the Wild Side. I mean, like I said, like the only saving grace, two saving grace. I don't count Boom Boom's like awesome moment as a saving grace, but two saving graces, like really major saving graces. The music video scene, which reminded me of Sailor Moon a bit. For you, I don't know. For you, it's MTV, right?
Yeah, for me it was MTV.
And Gene learning a lesson at the end. I'm like, thank you.